So just a brief history, just to tell you that the Piment d'Espelette, the chili doesn't come from France, but from Mexico. And we know that in 1650, this chili was already planted in the Basque Country. I have to precise that Basque Country is not country, but a region of the south of France. In 1990, a group of producers decided to protect this chili and try to get recognition of the piment. In 2000s, we obtain, so after 10 years of work, we obtained the AOC, the French label, and 2 years later, we obtained the PDO label. So what is the Piment d'Espelette? It's only one product under 3 versions. That's powder, which our leader product, cord, and fresh chili. As I told you, Basque Country is in the south of France, and our growing region is very limited to 10 villages. It means 400 hectares around. And this producing area has a specific climate. It's hot and wet. You see in green our stamp, our unique mark of quality. And I don't know if we can really see on the pictures on your left concerning the powder. You see our stamp, plus besides there is the PDO stamp. A specific production. The growing area are registered with the INAO, which is INAO is our national PDO institute, and it's a very important organism for us. We'll see us later. Only one variety, as I told you, outdoor cultivation with a delimited planting density, harvest only by hand, picked when mature in vase, and we have a very long period of harvest. It begins from mid-August till end of November. Irrigation and use of pesticides strictly regulated, and we have very specific and strict rules for Piment d'Espelette powders processing. As you can see, it's a real success story for an agricultural product. Since we got the PDO label, we had a very strong growth. When I joined this sector, we were 30 producers. Now we are 216 producers, and our production in 2002 was 25 tons of powder. Now it's 277 tons. What I would like to mention is, of course, this growth is very exceptional, and it's good for producers. But I wanted to say also that's a real success share in all our region. And you know, in 15 years, we Piment d'Espelette PDO become the emblem, the image of Basque Country, and also our notoriety is very big in France, but also all over the world, nearly. A PDO label for a producer, of course, it's a PDO, it's a quality requirement, but we can say for a lot of producers at the beginning, it's demanding and costly for the sector operator. Binding specification, multiple internal and external controls, obligation of a management structure for the appellation. But that's also an economic lever for territorial development and a vector of national and worldwide notoriety. That's also a powerful shield against unlabeled competition and fraud. This PDO label requires a management structure. So we are organized with a syndicate. That is the only producers organization for Piment d'Espelette PDO. It includes all the operators of the Piment d'Espelette, producer, processors, and packaging. It's managed with one board of directors with 11 powdered chili producers, plus one fresh chili producer, plus one packager. And of course, we have 6 employees, which is quite a lot for our small sector. The syndicate mission, it's to improve the Piment d'Espelette quality, promotion and communication, protection and management of PDO. I could say PDO label require also producers' commitment to guarantee the Piment d'Espelette quality. It means respect authorization procedure and respect of the syndicate authority, comply with PDG specification, guarantee the traceability, participate to technical and quality trainings, responsible to Piment d'Espelette reputation, and we had to be proud also to be a producer of Piment d'Espelette PDO. I wasn't asked here to present you the original commercial aspect of our sector, but I wanted to point out that we have no cooperative. So all our operators and producers market their products, their production. So we have a lot of internal and external controls. First of all, every year we have 10 new producers. So these new producers are controlled. They are first of all trained during 2 weeks to produce Piment d'Espelette, and they learn also how to sell the Piment d'Espelette. So these new producers are automatically controlled during their first year of practice. They are controlled by independent organization. These controllers verify the correct application of the PDG specification by the producers, ensure the PDO certification of the product, and implement sanction. For the other producer, we are controlled one time per 2 years. And this control is assured by the syndicates or by the independent organization. And they all verify the condition of production. Another control is made by INAO, as I told you, that the National PDO Institute. So they look after the growing area, verify all the plots, follow sanctions, help syndicates in case of fraud. In addition to these various control, we have also an organoleptic control. Each batch are controlled. That's a lot of work, of time, because per year we have around 2,000, minimum 2,000 batches of powder. So these batches are controlled by a testing panel composed of producer, testing experts, and knowledgeable amateurs. they use strict guidelines developed by the producers. It means, first of all, this organoleptic control is made by with the eyes for the miling and the color. Then we use our nose for fragrance and intensity. And then with the mouth for flavor profile, spice profile, and heat intensity. The Piment d'Espelette PDO is very well known for its fragrance and also for its medium heat intensity. I'm quite sure that in Asia, the Piment d'Espelette is not enough strong. But for our European or American mouth, it's enough. So if there is no compliance, producer is control, is batch, how to say, during an harvest, a yearly harvest, we present to this control around 15 to 20 batches. So if there are 3 batches refused, the producer loses right to use the PDO on the product during that year. And also, by the way, is control for his way of producing. What I can say on the organic controls, we have less than 1% of batches for the whole sector refused. Before finishing this presentation, I wanted to give you some example of fraud we have had to face. Strict rules to use the name of Piment d'Espelette. I know that Stéphane and the other person speak a lot about all the regulations and the difficulties. For us, at each time, we don't know, for each case, we don't know if it's ignorance of PDO regulation, protection regulation, or if it's dishonesty. So take some example. The first one, usurpation of the designation. Production of chili abroad and sold under the designation Piment d'Espelette. We found this case in some countries in Europe, in Germany, in Denmark, but also in North America, in Canada. Of course, PDO has a unique producing area, so this chili abroad cannot be sold under the designation Piment d'Espelette. In this case, we, first of all, the first step is we contact and write to these producers and explain them why they cannot sell under the designation Piment d'Espelette. Up to now, it was enough just to get in communication with the farmers, no problem. The other case we face is naming another product, misuse of the name Piment d'Espelette to designate another non-agricultural product. We had some case, for example, of using our name for household linen, jewelry, home decoration items. In this case, of course, our name belongs to us, to the syndicate, to the PDO syndicate, and to our to producers. In this case, in most of cases, we succeed by the communication to have back our name. But one time we had to go we have to start a legal action and go to a court, because these firms do not want to give us our name, and they even deposit our name at their own account. So we went to a court and we win, and we were very happy. The last case, the last example of fraud, it's abusive use. Piment d'Espelette, for instance, piment d'Espelette is incorporated into a processed product in an insufficient quantity to confer an essential characteristic to the food. This case comes from the food industry firms. We are very much in trouble with this type of case. Why? Piment d'Espelette is not a normal product as vegetable or fish. They are only an ingredient as salt or pepper. And there is no real, no legislative for ingredients. So in this case, some firms use our notoriety. But if you look at the percentage they use in their own product, it's peanuts. It's peanuts. But they sell their product, on their product stamp. They write, for example, chicken with piment d'Espelette PDU. But in fact, it's so small quantity in the product that nobody can identify that there is piment d'Espelette in it. The syndicate and the INAO get in touch with some of these firms, and we say, no, you cannot use our notoriety for your own interest. And they reply, listen, our consumers are very satisfied about our product, so we don't need to increase the percentage of piment d'Espelette in our product. So up to now, we cannot do. We cannot have any legal action, go to a court for this problem of absence of ingredient legislative. So that's all my presentation. Thanks a lot. Of course, I will be very happy to answer to any question you have. Thanks a lot.